Hello again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Halo Effect. I am your host, Robert Lockhart. Hey, let's talk a little baseball. So, a little bit of a rumor mill going around. Apparently, from what I hear, the Angels are in possible talks with Cleveland Guardians for acquiring Steven Kwan. Well, first I'll give you a little bit on Steven Kwan if you don't already know. I'll give you whether it's a good idea or bad idea, what the possible outcome would be, and what I would do. So, Steven Kwan is absolutely the kind of player that the Angels would be looking for. Gold Glove caliber defense, major contact hitter, rarely strikes out, gets on base, moves runners over, hits runners in, left-handed bat. The dude's a dynamo. Let's put it that way. He's an absolute dynamo. He would absolutely be perfect in the Angels lineup. Here's the problem. You really think the Angels are the only ones in on him? No. See, if the Guardians do decide to trade him, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 other teams, one of whom is the Dodgers. Yeah, surprise, surprise, I know. But you have the Dodgers, who have a far better farm system, far better prospects, and you guys they can easily trade. So you really think that they're going to trade Kwan to the Angels with the lackluster crew they got? No. Sorry, guys, it's a pipe dream. I wish it wasn't, but it unfortunately is. So what do we do here? What we do is we get creative. Now, I know a lot of people are going to look at me like, dude, come on, move on. It's in the past, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm also a major advocate for, correcting a wrong. If that means going back and, bringing back someone that we never should have gotten rid of to begin with, yeah, I'm for that. Here's what we do. We take Jack Hanowitz because right now we have a massive abundance of pitchers. We have 3 locks for the rotation, possibly 4 with the addition of Grayson Rodriguez. And the Angels are looking for 2 more starters on the free agent market, possibly trade market. So, where does that leave Hanowitz? Where does it leave Dana? Where does that leave Alden Gary? Where does it leave Clausen? Where does it leave all these guys? Well, some of these guys are still in development, so it's not exactly a difficult thing to ascertain. But in the meantime, Jack Hanowitz doesn't really have a whole lot to prove. All he has to do is tweak his mechanics, and he's golden. And when he's at his best, he's one of the better ground ball pitchers that we have. He's one of the better ground ball pitchers in MLB, actually. So, where can they use a good, really good ground ball pitcher? I don't know, maybe Colorado? So, I would say Jack Hanowitz to Colorado and bring back Mickey Moniak. Yeah, again, I know you guys are just going to say, oh, come on, he didn't prove himself. He just already proved it. No, guys, come on. Think back 2023. He proved himself. He showed that he's the dynamo pitch, the kind of hitter that anybody and everybody would want. The guy that the Phillies drafted number 1 overall. He showed up. He would have had far better numbers had he played earlier than June. But, he came up in June and he dazzled absolutely everybody. So then 2024 came along, and he tanked. But so did everybody. Everybody tanked. Because that was Johnny Washington's first year. Again, you guys want to go out and say, oh, Johnny Washington, they respected him. They really liked him. Guys, come on, he sucked. He was a terrible hitting coach. It showed. The most he did was he got him to slug. Great, they're hitting a bunch of home runs. They're also striking out more than anybody else. Most strikeouts in Major League Baseball, along with the worst hitting in Major League Baseball. That was Johnny Washington for you. And that was Ron Washington's downfall. just could not move on from the guy. Such a pain in the butt. But I digress. Fact of the matter is, bringing back Mickey Moniak absolutely settles pretty much absolutely everything. He could play right, center, or left. He could play so with excellent defense. He's shown that he can hit. As long as our new hitting coaches are any good, Brady Anderson, I don't know, because he's never coached, ever. But John Mabry has, and he's been relatively successful. So, at this point, I would still bring him back. I would still bring him back to see what he offers, what any of these guys offer. I mean, the pitch is going to be fine. You know, Mike Maddox, guys, come on. The best pitching coach in the game. Our pitching staff's going to be a hell of a lot better. Now, all we need to do is fix this massive clusterfuck that is our starting lineup. We'll see what Anderson and Mabry can do. In the meantime, let's correct the wrong. Let's bring Moniak back. Again, he's a left-handed bat, which is what they're looking for. He plays Gold Glove caliber defense in the outfield, all three spots, which is what they're looking for. He can hit. He's shown he can hit by boosting his batting average 6%, close to 6%, for anybody who is not into percentages. Let's just say 60 points on his batting average. Close to 60 points on his batting average. Wound up batting 270, 26 home runs, 60 plus RBIs, I think. Either 58, 59, 60, between 58 and 62 RBIs. And that's only because, again, he was playing with Colorado. Not a lot of people on base ahead of him, so he didn't really knock a whole bunch of people in. But that's my take. I'd like to have Steven Kwan, but Guardians aren't going to trade him to the Angels when other teams are in on him, especially when they have better prospects. So, right or wrong, Kahanowitz to Colorado, bring back Moniak. Now you got your center fielder. Now you got a Gold Glove center fielder. And a guy who's a lefty bat who can hit. So, there you go. There's other rumors going around. When I can pinpoint one, I will let y'all know. And I'll do the same thing. Give you an examination. Let you know my take and what I would do differently, if anything. So, until then, go Halos.